Here's update 1 on Tropical Storm Erick, currently has winds of 70 miles per hour and a pressure of 991 millibars. As it moves towards the northwest, it's expected to become a hurricane over the next few hours actually. It could be very soon indeed, in about 3 hours time perhaps. It could be a hurricane as it moves past the Mexican coastline. That's why we have hurricane watches in effect. They could turn into hurricane warnings later on if it becomes a hurricane, of course. Punta San Telmo to Cabo Corrientes currently under hurricane watches at the moment, with tropical storm warnings in effect from Zihuatanejo to Cabo Corrientes in Mexico as well. So obviously heavy rains likely from this storm, and strong winds that could gust and could be sustained actually to hurricane strength if indeed it does become a hurricane over the next few hours. Water temperatures are fairly warm over the storm at the moment, around 28 degrees where it currently is located, maybe even 29 in one or two areas. As the storm moves towards the northwest, though, the waters will be cooling down, so this is the best time for it to become a hurricane if it does decide to do so. It is fairly close to land, but not that close that it would inhibit development too much, and I think hurricane status is very likely in the next few hours as it does move towards the northwest. Now you can see here the latest satellite imagery, the floater imagery over the storm. It's quite a large system, much larger than Delilah was, and that's why it could cause a bit more concern inland as well in Mexico. You can see all the cloud cover over the coast at the moment. That's where we've got heavy rains already occurring over Mexico at the moment, and that could lead to flooding and etc. and all the other stuff that happens with storms. And of course we have the gusty winds as well along the coastline in particular, gusting possibly above hurricane strength already, and that may turn into sustained winds of hurricane strength or more if it does indeed become a hurricane, which is likely. So let's take a look at the world tropics then. Delilah's still going as a tropical depression, but that's likely to turn post-tropical very, very soon. Erick, of course, is likely to sweep towards the northwest, eventually curving towards the west and then dissipating. And we have 3 invests out there which we'll be covering later on in the tropical weather bulletin later this evening. The Pacific Ocean, there isn't much left of Delilah at all actually, but it's still going, pushing towards the west to the south, quite a way to the south of the Baja California Peninsula, and Erick of course hugging the Mexican coastline at the moment. So 2013 compared then, currently 5 storms so far in 2013, and that lifts it up from bottom place, which is where it was before, to 63rd place, which is third bottom. 5 storms and 2 hurricanes so far, and that could well be 3 later on today. That wouldn't mean any table shifts though in terms of 2013, because there would need to be 6 tropical storms for it to move up the next place. But in any case, you can track the storm and indeed any other storms that form on the website force13.com/storm tracking. That's the site, that's the main page for the storm tracking, and you may want to check that later on if it does become a hurricane. There probably won't be a video to reflect that until the tropical weather bulletin, which will be coming up at around midnight UTC this evening. That'll be the next update on any of the storms. Indeed, there's a whole world update with the tropical weather bulletin, and there might be another update on this storm in particular during the day on Sunday, July the 7th rather. And if you noticed, I'm fairly ill as well today, so excuse me for the awful voice, but that's it for now. Thank you.